Oh, Father, tell me, do we get what we deserve? Oh, we get what we deserve. And where down we go, oh, 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 where down we go, oh, 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 so where down we go, oh, 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 way down we go. Oh, you let your feet run wild. Time has come as we all go down. Yeah, but for the fall, ooh, my heart, do you dare to look them right in the eye?
So, we're here at Strawn. We stayed the night last night in the Strawn village and had a pretty good night. But we've got the boat, the 1850 today, and we're about to launch onto the Macquarie Harbour. We've just loaded the boat up with all our camping gear. I don't pack very lightly, so she's pretty chock-a-block. We don't really have a plan for the trip other than that we've got the grab all net to net some Atlantic salmon, which is something I've never done before, so it's just going to be trial and error to see how we go. We've looked at all the rules and regulations of where you can and can't do it and how to go about it, and also trawl some of the banks for some trout and see how we go with that. But other than that, no plans. It's just a bit of a see how we go along the way, which sometimes can be some of the best trips. So we're looking forward to it, and let's get out there. Nice little jetty. Got a beautiful few days of weather ahead of us. Very light winds under 8 knots for about 4 days, which is something that I don't see very often. So I'm very excited to have a nice relaxing trip up the rivers. Back in 2008 when I was only about 5, we did a 3 or 4 day trip up the Gordon and stayed, camped on the boats. And I thought that I said 12 years ago earlier, but it was actually 16, so a long time ago. Checking out this bay where everyone stores their bigger cruise boats. Everything's moored into this one here, tucked away nicely. Looks like it's always pretty sheltered. A few nice boats getting around in here. Because it's such a calm day, we thought we'd come up to the heads and have a bit of a look. I've been here a couple of times before, but Tilly had never come out, so we thought,
really good.
Yeah, we'll come out and see what it's all about. So we'll head back up through the heads there and then head upstream.
Take off.
Got the drone up behind us here. Some pretty cool looking shots on there.
Oh
This is always something that I hate doing, but I've got to do it when I'm videoing on the boat. Oh. And that's catching the drone. It's so scary, but forget it. Got a little bit hungry, so we pulled up here where I landed the drone, just inside the heads there, make up some rolls. So that should be good. And then we will keep heading up into the harbour now and look for camp tonight. Well, after a bit of cruising around on the harbour this afternoon, we pulled up and found this nice little old jetty with a bit of a new bit on the end and a cool hut. So we're going to unload all our gear here, which we've pretty much already done, and set up camp here for the night. We set the net on the way in hope that we might get a few salmon. I've never done it before, so I didn't film any of it because I was just getting my head around getting it all out. But once I got it out in the water, it all went pretty well. So we'll go check on that soon after we set up camp. But yeah, for now we'll set up and start thinking about what we're going to do for dinner. On the way out of our little spot to go and check our net. I'm not real confident in where I put it, but it's just trial and error, so we'll see how we go with it. Fingers crossed there's something in there. That'd be a good little start to the trip, but we'll wait and see. Well, we've started pulling the net and I did not think that we was going to get anything, but we've got one. So now this is the fun part of getting it out. Oh.
Look at that.
Decent size too, which is nice. Where are you?
How much bigger did they get than that?
Oh, yeah, quite a bit bigger than this, but
Yeah, right, okay, but it's not tiny.
nah, it's a good size still. You can turn it off if you want, because I might be a while. I think. There he is. Atlantic salmon in the net. That's the first time doing this, so pretty cool.
Wow.
Yeah, they're pretty cool looking fish. Net's only been in the water like an hour or two. It hasn't been in too long, so yeah, nice. We'll take that one. Getting towards the end and we've got another. Oh well, that's not too bad. Two on our first set. They look like a bit of a mangled mess when you get them in. Again, this could be a little while, so we might turn the camera off. Another nice Atlantic salmon. That makes it worthwhile. We've got a couple now, so.
Wow, this one's so brown compared to this one.
Yeah.
Well, look at their faces. They're not actually quite the same. They've got similar colouring, but the way that their faces sit aren't the same.
Yeah.
I don't know. But they do look very similar.
Yeah, it may well be a trout. Anyway, see if you can pick them both up and see the difference.
Whoa! It's hurting my wrists. They're heavy.
Cool. First Atlantic salmon / maybe a trout. I'm not real sure on that one.
They're definitely different.
Well,
Oh, here it comes.
we're just cleaning these salmon here back at where we're camping, and we noticed that all these eels at the back of the boat, as soon as we chucked in one little bit.
Where are the rest of them?
So now Tilly's feeding the eels. You wait, there's another one.
Oh, yeah.
Before long, they'll just be everywhere there.
Oh, there's one big one. Oh!
Oh well, better get back to cleaning these.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah. Beautiful morning out here today on day 2 of our trip. So I got up early this morning, chucked the net in, went back to camp, waited for an hour or so, and got up. And we're just back here to pull it now. It's a beautiful day. It's very, very still. I've got the feeling that we might have 1 or 2 today. Ooh. Well, we just pulled the net and we did no good. So there you go. I talked it up, thought that spot would look a lot better than where we set it last night, but you never know. Anyway, we might try again later today, but for now we'll go have a feed and then get out on the water. It's our little camp set up. Got the swag there. And over little table here, which has been very handy. And the boat's parked just there on the jetty. It's the remains of an old, really big jetty here that go all the way out the end there. And then there's just been a little jetty built on since.
Had to watch the man getting hanged. Wouldn't be nice, Harry.
It's the way things were, mate.
Well,
Here we are, Sarah Island. Just pulled up on the jetty here. Got the cruise boats over there as well. There's a heap of people up there doing their tour. Pretty cool island, lots of history on it, all to do with convicts. So we'll go check her out. What a day. That is so good. A place of banishment and security for the worst description of convicts. Imagine getting dumped here with nothing. Been pretty scary. Such a nice day.
Look at this. Literally glass out there.
Very, very nice. Tasmania's oldest and most remote convict settlement. Well, on to the next spot we go. We read all the writing on the walls back there, all the history. It was pretty cool to see how some of the people were treated on this island. It was pretty bad, and it's cool to see all the old buildings on there, still quite a bit standing. So yeah, awesome piece of history, and look at the day we got to enjoy it on. Still getting chased by wasps. We've made our way up the Birches Inlet to this beautiful beach, and we are miles and miles away from anyone now. So I'll show you what we got going on here for lunch. We've just got some chicken wraps that Tilly prepared over here. Shadow's nice. Cut up some chicken on the pan and a bit of salad. We think after last night that one of the fish we got was a salmon, an Atlantic salmon, and one was like a trout. So what we tried here was trout, and it's not too bad. We don't usually eat it much. Yeah, we don't mind it. So it'll be a nice little treat after our wraps that we're having. But we're just sitting on the water here, just cruising by, taking in the awesome views out there. Pretty unreal. The GoPro doesn't do them much justice, but yeah, the landscape changes a lot out there. There's looks real barren hills, very gravelly sort of looking country, and then it's a lot more lush out to the east. Beautiful day here. Just had the drone up and got some pretty awesome shots out in the middle of this inlet here, so absolutely loving it out here.
Knows what is hiding in those weak and sunken lines. Fiery throngs of muted angels giving love but getting nothing back. Oh, people, help the people. And if you're homesick, give me your hand and I'll hold it. Help the people, nothing will drag you down. Oh, and if I had to bring, I'd be cold as a stone and rich as a fool. It turned all those good hearts away.
Flicking around the trout rod with a little lure on, and she's got herself a first little trout. So we'll get him up. We just landed it before I could get the GoPro on. They're really slimy and slippery, so you just want to sort of, they've got no spikes on them, so just grab onto it and see how you go.
It's probably really bad the way I've grabbed it.
We'll get him back, boys. Little brownie. When we landed it, I tried to just flick the lure out of it, and I got the other treble in my finger, so that felt nice. It's not bleeding too much anymore, which is good. That was annoying. Anyway, could have been worse. Could have been a much bigger hook too.
I got my first trout.
Well done.
And I'm slimy.
Well, let's see if we can catch a couple more while we wait for the grab all. So, I just put the grab all in over there about an hour ago, and we just waited here and had some biscuits and cheese. So once we let that soak in, we'll pull it just before dark, and then we'll head back to camp and see how we go. So hopefully while we wait, we might flick some lures and see if we can get another trout. So still here tonight in this little bay. A little bit of wind out in the harbour, but tucked in this bay, it's just beautiful.
God knows what is hiding in this world of little consequence. Behind the tears, inside the lies, 1,000 slowly dying sunsets. God knows what is hiding in those weak and drunken hearts. Guess the loneliness came knocking. No one needs to be alone. No singing. People, help the people. And if you're homesick, give me your hand and I'll hold it. People, help the people. Nothing will drag you down. Oh, and if I had to bring, oh, and if I had to bring, I'd be cold as a stone.